What are the realities of becoming an entrepreneur? What are some of the pros and cons? Because honestly, it's not for everyone. Don't get me wrong, with the ability to sell online and e-commerce and being able to do things, right from your computer has opened up a lot of avenues, especially for people like me who wants to stay at home with their daughter and be able to do a lot of work from their computer. Things today aren't possible like they were for my mom, who was a homemaker and raised her 3 kids. But when you become an entrepreneur, when you start your own business, you're like, okay, well, I'm done with that 9 to 5. I now have flexibility in my life. It can take years to get to a point where you're, you've got a system in your business where you're working less than you were before. Because if you're starting something from scratch and you're doing everything, and especially you might not have the money to pay people to help you at first, you are, instead of just doing one job and getting paid for it, you're doing 10 jobs and might or might not be getting paid for it. My family's business, for example, is going to be 10 years old this year. And my mom is just now really thinking about, okay, maybe I can start working less hours, working towards stepping away from the business. She doesn't even have a solid concrete plan yet, but starting to have those thoughts. My mom is tired because building this business has not been easy. And now I also work for other small businesses that create actual products, alcohol, candles, coffee. These businesses that I work for have a labor aspect involved. When you're selling physical items, you have inventory to think about, you have staff to think about. There's so much that you have to think about having your own business. Even opening up a coffee shop, which I think is a great dream, there's so much involved in doing that. So as I sit here today in a place of course, my parents are entrepreneurs, I myself then have become an entrepreneur and sitting here like, oh my gosh, this one thing I'm trying to set up is taking so much time. I'm like, because these things do take time. To start something from scratch, to build an audience from scratch, to, have people trust you in your career field, loyalty of customers, it takes time. And so I just want you to remember that, whether you're thinking about starting a business or whether you're in it right now. I'm personally really happy with this career path, but I knew what I was getting into before I started this. So I think it's just really important to know.